This segment brought to you by Kansas Wheat. Learn more at rediscoverwheat.org.
So whenever you're ready.
So I'm Scott Dyer with BayoTech, and I am the Business Development Director, Vice President of Business Development for BayoTech. And we make nitrogen fertilizer plants. These plants are unique in that the plants come in 3 shipping containers, already pre-assembled. They get plumbed at the destination, and within a short period of time you're making nitrogen fertilizer. Now you think this isn't real valuable. Well, the real question is, this is enough to produce about 16 million bushels of corn. And if putting the manufacturing at the point of consumption basically eliminates all the transportation and logistics of getting the product from where it's manufactured to where it's consumed. Now in the United States, historically we've imported about 50% of the nitrogen fertilizer that's consumed in the United States. And we know that that number is declining based on the economics and the cost of gas in the United States. However, the majority of the product comes in through New Orleans. It goes up the Mississippi River, it gets handled a number of times before it gets to the end destination. And each time that that product gets touched, somebody takes a margin in the transportation and cost. The cost of difference between natural gas in the Gulf versus natural gas anywhere else in the country is very, very marginal. So what we've done is we've taken the process, we've re-engineered the reactor to where the reactor can be shrunk to where it can go into a container. So our capital cost for what we're doing is about $15 million versus $2 to $3 billion for a large plant. Well, there's pluses with the large plant, but that technology does not shrink to the scale that we're after. Our technology comes from Sandia National Laboratories, where they work on nuclear programs and energy efficiency. So we licensed the technology out of Sandia. We've repurposed it to make hydrogen, ammonia, and urea. And by doing that, we are controlling the capital cost, so our capital cost per unit of output is lower than the large plant. But it also allows us, by changing the reactor, it allows us to take that to the point of consumption. Our business model is different than the $2 to $3 billion plant, because in a $2 to $3 billion plant, there's only about 5 companies in the world that will make a $2 to $3 billion investment. Our plants cost $15 million, which means that they can be owned at the local level. And so when we look at it from the ag supplier and we look at it from the grower standpoint, one of their primary costs to raise a crop is the cost of nitrogen fertilizer. So we would allow them to profit by their consumption of nitrogen fertilizer, which makes our offering unique and valuable at a local level. Because if we're shipping 50% of our nitrogen fertilizer is coming from offshore, that money goes offshore. In this way, that money can circulate within the local economy, bringing jobs and economic opportunities within the local community, which substantially increases the viability of rural America. So we're in the development process right now. We're prototyping today in Albuquerque. It'll be 2 years before we have a production system in place. We already have the output sold for 100 of our production facilities. So it's not a matter of whether the product can be sold. We're not in the business of if you build it, they will come. We've already taken care of who's going to consume the product. It goes through the standard distribution network that's already in place, and we'll be up and operational and in place in 2 years.
Ag Promo Source is a unique group of marketing specialists with one mission: help your ag business grow. Each affiliate has their own area of expertise, and they work together to bring you advice, products, and services. To get started, visit agpromosource.com. Ag Promo Source. Together we grow.